The eclectic studio of artist Scott Lebedo is saturated with patriotic paintings, but the figure most prominently featured is former President Donald Trump.
And I hope 150, 200 years from now, maybe that will be the new Mona Lisa.
He portrays Trump as a superhero, as a survivor, and as a pillar of physical strength.
You can see he's got some muscles underneath there, because I do feel that at this point in American history, we need strength.
If Trump is elected this November to lead our country again after suffering defeat in 2020, he will be joining the ranks of only one other man.
Grover Cleveland and Donald Trump are unique. They won the presidency, and then they lost it, and then they're trying to regain the presidency.
History professor at William Patterson University, Louis Picone, says it was not without others' lack of trying. 4 other presidents attempted and failed. Martin Van Buren in 1844 and 1848, and Millard Fillmore in 1856.
Who weren't incredibly popular presidents anyway.
But even more notable figures tried too. There was Ulysses S. Grant in 1880, but that was before term limits and 4 years after serving his second term, and Teddy Roosevelt as a third-party candidate in 1912. But only one, Cleveland, was able to retake the White House after enduring a loss, and did so by charting his own path.
Grover Cleveland had a meteoric rise in politics. He went from the mayor of Buffalo in 1881 to winning the presidency in 1884.
I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
So can former President Donald Trump be the second person in history to achieve such an elusive accomplishment? His political rise was also quick, although he had been in the limelight for most of his adult life.
So I say, Tiffany, you're fired.
Thank you, Mr. Trump,
Thank
for
you
having
very
me. His first official steps into the political arena were when he ran for president in 2016 and won.
CNN projects Donald Trump wins the presidency. The business tycoon and TV personality.
Trump swayed voters with claims he would drain the swamp. A similar claim was made by Cleveland, a Democrat who ran as a reformer. But Cleveland's 1884 campaign faced a sex scandal.
A woman named Maria Halpin claimed that Grover Cleveland fathered an illegitimate child with me.
But Trump has also faced his own sex scandals, his alleged affairs and subsequent payoffs of Playboy model Karen McDougal and adult film star Stormy Daniels.
That ends now. My attorney and I are committed to making sure that everyone finds out the truth.
Cleveland ended up weathering his storm and took the presidency in 1884.
So Grover Cleveland is known as the veto president. He vetoed more bills than any of his predecessors combined.
Something that came back to haunt him when he ran for re-election in 1888 against Republican Benjamin Harrison and lost.
Someone asked him, well, why did you lose, Mr. President? And he said, because Harrison had more votes than I did. So he believed in democracy, he believed in the vote.
We will never concede.
A stark contrast to Trump, who refused to accept his loss to Joe Biden in 2020. And in 2022, Trump decided to throw his hat back into the ring for a rematch with President Joe Biden. Again, with a very different outlook from Cleveland.
He was happy being out of politics.
In fact, he was happy spending his time fishing. But his wife, Frances, had a different view. On the day they left the White House in 1888,
she told one of the servants, leave everything exactly how it is, because I'll be back 4 years from today.
A bold prediction that came true when in 1892, Cleveland won his rematch with Benjamin Harrison, cementing him as the only president to serve non-consecutive terms. While Trump was initially looking at a rematch with Joe Biden, he now faces a new opponent in Vice President Kamala Harris.
I look at Grover Cleveland and I look at Donald Trump and really see them as running two different races. They're running the race against their opponent, but they're also running the race against the ghost of themselves.
America's comeback starts right now.
Running again, looking for a comeback in a country that sometimes loves a comeback story.
They beat the hell out of this man. They slaughtered this man. Hello, resilience. You know, the comeback, the underdog, you know, who does not have to be in the game. He didn't have to do this, but he's doing it for a reason.
If he wins, bobbing and weaving his way into history. Bree Driscoll, Spectrum News. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your community, click the subscribe button here. You can also download the Spectrum News app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you then.